Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at episode 3 of Fix That Fail. Alright, so we just finished our All-Star Town Hall 13 50-man war, and this was pretty crazy. We had such great attacks in this war. Shout out to Clash of News. They're actually the ones that set this up. I'm going to go ahead and link their Discord server down below. And if you guys want to get involved in community events like this in the future, they are a lot of fun. You're definitely going to want to join their Discord. I'm sure they have a lot more stuff coming up. So like I said, definitely check them out, guys. They have a lot of cool things over there. Alright, but today's video, what we're going to do is I have another Fix That Fail. And guys, good thing that I'm failing so much at my attacks. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a video. And it's going to be a drag bat attack. I know we're not seeing many drag bats. I actually did do another video on the drag bat. I'm going to go ahead and link that above because drag bat is making a comeback with the base meta changing and people trying to defend hybrid and Yeti smash. It makes room for drag bat to come in and just smash some bases. So I figured let me try the strategy, see what I could do. And I mean, you're going to see here, the plan was pretty good. It wasn't the plan. My execution was just horrible. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the base. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. And we're going to take a look at the plan. And then we'll see what went wrong. So here you go, guys. This is the base right here. And you can see here, pretty solid plan here. Let me go ahead and explain what I was thinking. Okay, so let's go ahead and break it down into phases. We're going to say it's a 3-phase attack, all right? So phase 1 is going to be the funnels for the dragon. So I wanted to start the queen right here, as you can see, with the ice golem. The reason you put an ice golem with the queen is because I'm not using any healers. So you can see we have a wizard tower over here. We have another wizard tower. And this was a fresh hit. So I figured some Teslas might be over, like in this section right here. I figured maybe I would pop into some Teslas. So I figured the ice golem would just help my queen get a lot more value. I wanted my queen to take out these two wizard tower and air defense because you want to try to get the splash down so when the bats come in from the bottom you don't have to worry about it because remember guys, the only thing that can really stop your bats are splash damage defenses. Okay, so there, and then I was going to put the king up top around like 11:30 and I wanted the king to basically get all of this. So let's say we have this section cut off and we had like this section right here cut off with the queen. So you can see here the dragons, I wanted to send my dragons straight through like this. And then I was going to do a delayed blimp. I didn't want to do the blimp first because I didn't want to pull the CC out. So as soon as my dragons were coming in, I was going to send the blimp in. And I'm sure you guys all know what Yeti Bomb is at this point. Yeti Bomb is taking over Clash. It is so strong. It's basically 2 Yetis, a Valk, and a Barbarian that you send in with the blimp. And with that blimp and the Yetis under rage, it can just take out a whole section of the base. So I figured the blimp could take out this section over here. So let's say this section was down. I wanted to take out that scatter shot and that wizard tower so then it would help the bats. If I didn't get down the wizard tower and the scatter shot, it's not a big deal because I did have 2 freezes and there's really nothing else down there that could bother me. This was a single inferno. You can't really see it because the line is blocking it. And single infernos, they're not an issue for bats. They cannot keep up. That's why anytime you're seeing ground expos, anytime you're seeing single infernos, I really recommend going with the drag bat or some kind of bats or something. Okay, so Yeti Bomb takes that out. As soon as my dragons were in here, as soon as my dragons were, the scatter shot was on my dragons, that's when I wanted to send in the bats because those scatter shots, it can wreck your bats. So as soon as the scatter shot was distracted by my dragons, I was going to send in the bats from over here. So basically the dragons would be able to take out this section and then the bats would be able to come in and just sweep the whole bottom. Like I said, there's really nothing that can stop them. Even if that wizard tower and that scatter was down, like I said, I have 2 freezes just in case. Okay guys, so that's the plan. Let's go ahead and see what went wrong because you're going to see here something definitely did go wrong, but the plan is good. It's not the plan, it was my execution. Alright, let's reopen Clash. Alright, so let's go ahead and play the replay and we're going to go ahead and see what goes wrong. Okay. So I should be starting the Ice Golem. Okay, yeah, Ice Golem with the Queen. And remember, guys, this was a fresh hit. So I wanted the Ice Golem there in case I hit a Tesla farm. The Tesla farm ends up not being over there, but rather it ends up being up top where I put the King. But that's still not an issue. That's an easy fix, but that's still not why this attack failed. I mean, and you're going to see here the Queen. Remember, guys, I wanted the Queen. Go ahead and play. I wanted the Queen to walk this way and take out these defenses. She ends up walking that way. But still, guys, this is a little thing, and either way, this base would have been crushed. That little mistake doesn't really matter too much. I mean, either way, this wasn't such an OP plan, And I mean, it still would have been crushed even with the queen walking the wrong way and not getting the value I wanted. Okay, so dragon's moving in with the ward, and I end up pulling the CC, and we have two witches, which witches are pretty annoying for dragons, especially with those skeletons. It just holds the dragons up for a few extra seconds, but still not an issue. Okay, guys, so right here you're gonna see what went wrong, because this is where everything goes wrong. So I start the Coco Loon. You always want to put a Coco Loon with your blimp, but I needed like an extra Coco Loon or two, because you can see here I end up hitting the trap. I end up hitting the tornado trap, and the tornado trap just makes my blimp drop a little bit over to the left. And what you're gonna see here, one of my Yetis, let me go ahead and play it a little bit farther so you can see this. One of my Yetis end up walking this way. You can see my rage ends up cutting off right here. Amateur mistake, guys. My fat finger, I hit the rage, and I thought I hit it right onto this corner, but I guess my finger slipped a little bit, and the rage was a little bit over too much to the right. You can see here it cuts off right there. So one of my Yetis ends up walking to the Grand Warden, and you're gonna see the rage is not affecting him anymore. And with all these defenses around this town hall, the scatter shot, the Giga Inferno, I mean, it's too much. There's no way I could have got down that town hall when one of the Yetis are not under rage. What I could have done if I was thinking fast, like these kind of situations, you need to think fast, and my brain just doesn't work that quick. But if I would have froze like right here, the town hall and the scatter shot, I'm pretty sure I still would have got down the town hall, because you're gonna see here it only has a little bit of health left. Look at that, guys. Look how much health it has left. Oh my god, this was so close. Definitely sucks to have a little thing can change a whole attack. And that's why you guys have to plan. And I mean, my plan was good. There's really nothing I could have done. Like I said, the rage had to be a little bit over, and I could have froze that scatter shot. That's like the only difference I could think of. But the way that it could be fixed is all the guy has to do that's cleaning it up is he can put the blimp more over like from this side or like from this angle, and just now that we know where the tornado trap is, we can completely miss the tornado trap and maybe send a few extra loons in to get those traps. And I mean, the town hall will go down, the scatter shot will go down, and this base will be absolutely crushed. Okay. And you can see at this point, I mean, what could I do? I still wanted I mean, the bats can't get any value, because even if I still send the bats in from here, you're going to see I still have the town hall up, I still have the scatter shot up, and it's still going to pretty much wreck my bats. You're going to see another little new mistake I make here. I could have, watch when I put the bats in. There's one thing I could have done differently. Okay, so I put the bats down, and look at this, guys. At this point, I was in full panic mode. I was like, what do I do? I started getting nervous, and I really thought there was no way to save it. So I just dropped the freeze on the single Inferno, which was basically a waste of the freeze, because like I said, that single Inferno, it's not really going to do anything. So it's pretty pointless that I froze it. So, I mean, what I should have done is I should have froze this section right here. And I'm sure if I would have used my two freezes right there, I mean, my bats probably would have got through. And remember, that town hall only has so much health left that if I froze those two, like those three defenses right there, I'm pretty sure my bats would have got through. Not only that, but I should have did a bat bomb instead of a bat wave. I should have just put the bats on the town hall and, you know, prayed. But, you know, what are you going to do, guys? This is an easy cleanup, because like I said, the plan is good. It's nothing wrong with the plan. I'm just a giant noob, and I messed up. And it happens. Guys, let me know. Comment down below. I want to know, do you enjoy this series? I think it's pretty cool for you guys, like, to see how our clan thinks and how we go in and fix attacks, because if we go in and do an attack and it's like it's a good plan and the attack could work and there's like a little changes that we could do, there's no reason to hit that base again and do a whole different attack. So I think it's good for you guys to see how we go in and we clean up attacks. And look at that, guys, 69% 1-star. Nobody wants to get a 1-star. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up the replay at how we fixed it. So Halo Blade is the one that ended up cleaning up my mess, and I actually convinced him to rerun my plan, because, you know, I thought this would be a great video. So I actually convinced him, and it ended up working out. So, you know, I was right. All right, so let's get into it, and let's see how he fixes my mistake. Okay, so it looks like he has the same exact army, 5 bats, 2 freezes, everything's good. He's still using the ice golem. Like I said, maybe he shouldn't have actually used the ice golem in the same spot, since we know that Tesla farm isn't there. But he just does it exactly the same. He puts the ice golem there, puts the queen there. Let's see if his queen does end up walking to the right like we wanted her to. I'm actually not sure if she does. Puts the king down, and I guess he figured the king does get enough value. Okay, he puts the RC down a little bit faster than I did, figuring that, you know, the RC will help while the king is being tanked. So that is a little thing he did change. Ice golem popped, and the queen does still end up walking to the left. I'm not sure why he didn't fix it, so the queen ends up He could have put the dragons in a little bit sooner, so the queen ended up walking to the right. But like I said, that's just a small thing, and either way, the base is crushed. Okay, so you can see here, this is where he fixes it. So he actually does his blimp sooner before he puts the dragons down. Puts down 3 loons and the blimp. And let's see, does the blimp end up hitting the tornado trap? Nope, he goes right by the tornado trap. And there you go, guys. That is the difference right there. Just a little thing. Since it's a fresh hit, like I said, I didn't know where the tornado trap is, but he knew exactly where it was. So he ends up putting the blimp right in the right spot. He puts his rage down way better than I put mine down. You can see all the troops are inside the rage. And that town hall is just going to go down in seconds. Not a big deal. There you go. Town hall's down. But he actually doesn't get down the scatter shot either. I thought he was able... I was sure that scatter shot was going to go down. I guess not. Okay, so he starts the dragons. Dragons moving in. And I think he decides to change where he's going to start the bats because that scatter shot didn't go down. If that scatter shot went down, we planned on starting the bats, remember, from this way. But since that scatter shot is still up, he thinks fast and he ends up starting the bats from this way to go that way. So let's go ahead and see. I guess that does work out a little bit better. Okay, so starts the bats, puts down the freeze. And either way, the bats, you can see the pathing for the bats. Remember, guys, when you're using bats, you want to get a narrow path. So he has a pretty narrow path right here where the bats are just going to go this way. And honestly, I don't think it mattered. If he would have started the bats from this way or that way, I really don't think it makes a difference. But he has a nice little path from the right side, so he goes with the right side. Coming in, taking out that wizard tower. Remember, guys, the only thing that could stop your bats, like I said in the beginning, is those splash damage defenses. So, I mean, if you're able to get down splash damage early in your attack, then definitely go with the bats. Like I said, bats are definitely making a comeback at Town Hall 13. They did go away for a while. Okay, so bats still up, and the bats are actually going to make it through the whole raid, which is pretty impressive. Oh, another little thing he did too also, he pulled the CC away from the dragons. That's why he did an early blimp. Like I said, I did the dragons and then the blimp later. And that just made the CC go to the dragons. And those skeletons are pretty annoying for dragons. And you can see your bats still up, attacking that poor king over there. And there you go, guys. That's a triple. Like I said, I knew the plan would work. It wasn't the plan. Just bad execution. Hopefully I'll have more bad attacks in the future so we can keep doing more of these series. I definitely enjoyed doing them. Alright, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and leave this up for a second, screenshot it, and give this army a try, and comment down below and let me know how it works for you guys.